How's it going, everybody? Today we're going to be opening up May of 2024's Mystery Tackle Box Elite Series box. And the reason it's got a rip right here is for some reason they always put the shipping information right on the front of the box. Hate that. I can't get a thumbnail because I want to take it off and then it always rips. But that's not important. We're going to rip into this box, see what we got. Hopefully we got some good stuff. And yeah, I'll rate the box 1 through 10. So I'll let you guys get the first look. Seems like we got some pretty crazy baits right off the bat. We've got the Bua Bull Rat. I'm going to tell you a little something about that. I don't live in New York City, so not sure my chances of catching anything on a bull rat. But that's definitely an interesting bait there. Little detachable tail, too. Gotta love that. But yeah, I'm sure in urban areas, you could probably smash some bass with this bait. This is super interesting. I've used like field mice and stuff in the past, like field mice lures, and they work fine out here in the country. But yeah, I'm not sure if that's gonna work out here, but definitely do some urban fishing and see if we can catch something on that. Next, we've got a poppin' filthy frog. Now, I like any type of popping frog or popping bait in general. I think they're the best type of topwaters. I haven't actually caught anything on the Googan Squad popping frog. I'm sure that's more me than the bait. But really happy to get another one of these. I will catch something on them one day. I'm assuming not too far in the future either. I mean, I will catch something on these frogs. And they're always so cool to look. I mean, they're nice frogs visually. Googan Squad makes some of the best products visually on the market. Just not sure if they've captured the whole catch and fish thing fully. Next, we've got the Team Arc CMT10. Now, I'll read you off a little something about this bait. It's floating. It's 5/16 ounce, and it's going to go 8 to 10 feet deep. So, pretty small crankbait, but it's going to get down there into some of them deeper waters. I don't fish a lot of areas that are 8 to 10 feet deep in general, so not sure that that's going to really come into play for me a whole lot, but definitely a good-looking bait. We don't use a lot of crankbaits here, I'll be honest. But I need to get into it. I just don't fish a lot of areas where you'd need a crankbait. I don't fish around a lot of rocks and stuff. I fish around a lot of ponds, so they just don't come into play a lot unless it's a lipless. But I'm sure we'll get somewhere one day where that can come into effect and we can come back to this video to see where we got it. Next, we've got a bait that I imagine would just crush at a creek. We have the Lunker Hunt Finesse Crawl pre-rigged. Almost like a little Ned-rigged crawl there. I'm sure if you go to a creek, small body of water, you could absolutely crush on these. That's like the one thing that I would think is the best bait for a creek or something like that. Super cool. I mean, I don't fish a lot of creeks either. I fish a lot of ponds. I'm a pond hopping dude. That's what I do. I fish ponds and I occasionally fish rivers, but if I'm fishing rivers, I'm fishing for big flatheads. So I don't have a boat. I need to get me one. But yeah, I imagine if I could find a creek to fish, that's money right there. Next, we've got the Euro Tackle Finesse B-Vibe 3-inch. Now, this right here looks like a trailer for a spinnerbait or a chatterbait. I'm sure you could use it on its own, but that looks like a spinnerbait trailer, and I'm sure it'd work pretty good for that. It's a good-looking little bait. I don't use a lot of spinnerbaits either, weirdly enough. I fish ponds. I just don't use spinnerbaits a lot. I use inline spinners a lot instead of big spinnerbaits. I just find that the bass in ponds can sometimes be finicky with such a big bait. You throw that smaller presentation that's still a similar style bait in those windy conditions, it works pretty good, but I need to get more into it. I need to expand my arsenal in fishing. I mean, that's one of the reasons I get the mystery tackle boxes. I also just need to expand the baits I use on a daily basis. I don't use a lot of jigs. I don't use a lot of spinner baits. I've been using kind of like the same bait since I was a little kid. And yeah, really need to change that up and get into some different types of baits because it's not productive to use the same thing over and over. I mean, it might be, but you're not learning anything new and you're not getting into new techniques. So definitely need to try some new stuff. Next, we got the Z-Man Elaz-Tex long shots. I'll be honest, all of these Z-Man baits with the Elaz-Tex, I'm not a fan of. I'll say that right off the bat. I've had them melt a ton. I don't know if that's something anybody else has had happen, but I've had them melt so much, and that might just be I'm taking them in heat they're not supposed to be in, but my other soft plastics haven't melted. So, I don't know. I've kind of not got a good past with these, and probably not something that I would go out into the store and buy, but we got them in the mystery tackle box, so we definitely could use them. I could see us catching fish on them. Just not a big fan of the Z-Man Elaz-Tex. It could just be me. Y'all tell me down in the comments if y'all have had similar experiences with these. Maybe it's just me. If it's just me, maybe I need to give them another try. But yeah, I kind of feel jaded by that one time that happened. I should probably just get over it and try some of these, but yeah, I'm sure they'll catch fish. Now we're getting down to the nitty gritty of what we got in this box. I've never seen hooks like this. I mean, I've seen flipping hooks. I meant by this brand before, but we got some flipping, frog, crawl, and 6-inch hog and beaver hooks right here. That's something else. I've never seen this brand like ever. I guess they're called penetration hooks. I'm sure they work. I mean, hooks are one of those things. They all work, but how well do they work, right? Are they going to bend out on that first big hook set? I'm sure they're good. I mean, if it's a whole brand centered around like flipping hooks and, well, maybe they're not centered around flipping hooks, but I'm sure with these being specifically flipping hooks, they've got a good spine on them, good backbone. And when you set that hook on that first bass sitting up in them, sitting up in the weeds or sitting down in some heavy cover and vegetation, they've got to be good. In terms of baits that we have in this box, we're out, but we do have the sticker, which I always love the stickers from Mystery Tackle Box. One of the coolest things about them, they always give you a sticker. And here's our what's inside card, telling us about everything we got and how much they cost. So I'll put the price of everything right here, and the price of the box is right here. So your total gain is right here. What we made off this box, It seems like there was pretty good profit in here. I say that because we're still paying for it and we're not selling it, but it's how much money are you getting for how much money you spent. And usually we get a good bit more money back than what we spent, so that's always good to see. The only other things in this box is, as always, the dibble, and it gives you a little card here telling you how to use the rat, but I'm pretty sure we can figure that out on our own. I would rate this box right here. This is a good box. Just the rat alone makes this a really good box. I mean, that's really interesting. And I'm going to really enjoy taking this out to try it out. It probably isn't going to work in the rural ponds I fish, so might need to make a trip out to Nashville if we can find some good spots out there to try to throw that around. But I'll rate this box a clean 7.5 out of 10 because I think that's pretty fair. I think we got a good variety of stuff, some good stuff, some not so good stuff. Probably not going to be a super big fan of these. This really isn't going to come into play much for me. Neither of these, but I really like this. I like the crawls, and I'm a pretty big fan of the popping frogs, even though they haven't been too good for me yet, all things considered. But with all that being said, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. If you liked what you've seen, go ahead and like, subscribe, do all that other good stuff. I'm going to probably get inside, cook me a steak, and then maybe I'll go fishing later today. It's been raining off and on. I tried to film this video 3 times already. You got to be kidding me. Came to start the video. It's raining. We'll try this another day. This is the second time this has happened. But it kept raining. But it finally stopped raining and able to get stuff done now. So appreciate y'all for watching. I'm going to see y'all in the next one. Peace. Please subscribe.